Here are examples of payment gateways on the internet. You probably heard of PayPal. You probably heard of Stripe, Authorize.net, and there are others out there. I'm not going to say one is better than the other because they all work and they all cater to specific businesses at specific times for specific products, right? But what I will say is, for the purpose of you getting to the point where you're making $10,000 a month through reaching customers online, here's what matters. Let's say you launch a campaign and you do all that work, you set up the whole system, and then you get a customer to buy. They buy. Now, depending on your payment gateway, like PayPal and Stripe, you can get access to the money that this customer gave you for whatever product immediately, right? Immediately. So what does that mean? If I spend $10 on an ad and I go through the process through the system, someone gets attracted to the ad, they click on it, they go on my landing page, they click on the landing page, they give me their email, I send them an automated email to say, here's the free offer, thank you. And then after the free offer, they get another automated email that says, now that you've seen that free offer and you saw what it was able to give you, what about consider this product or service or solution to your problem? Yes, it costs money, but it's going to solve your problem, and it's worth the money that it costs. You're going to get a conversion rate back to the 1 in 10. So that one person that paid, you now have access to the revenue. Guess what you can do? Again, I said you spent maybe $10 on an ad. Let's say you get one person to buy, but your product is $40. You've made $40 spending $10. So you can now take that $40 immediately, pay for another ad at $40, and if it took you $10 with this system to make 40, if you put back in 40, what are you going to make? 4 times that, right? So what is that? $160 from a $40 ad? Now, great. You made $160 off of $40. But because you have access to the money immediately, you can take the $160 and pay for another ad. You pay for that ad, and going along with the same formula, because you're using the same system, you're looking to get 4 times that. So what are we talking about? You do the math. I'm not a math expert either, but if you're talking about 160, you're talking about $640, and so on and so forth, right? So I'm talking about taking you to $10,000 a month in income within a month, 30 days. But based on your payment gateway, if someone pays you, you can get access to the money to pay for another ad immediately with PayPal or the next day with Stripe. So let's be conservative and say, okay, I get access to all the money that I generated from one ad every day. Let's see an example, see what that would look like. So the secret recipe. Pay for an ad, it goes to the landing page, you get the email, you send the offer, and you pitch them the product, and then you take the money and you put it back in. That's exactly what we talked about. Here's something to consider though. Every step in the process has a conversion rate. I was using the 1 in 10 for an example. That's a 10% conversion rate, right? Now, to be honest, when you pay for an ad, on average, you're looking at maybe a 1 to 3% conversion rate, meaning that 1 to 3% of people that see the ad are going to want to click it and do click it. So what I listed on the left in the arrow are different levels of conversion rates. If you have a good landing page, you're probably going to do between 20 and 50. I've seen examples where you get 60% conversion rates. So I left it at 40 as an average. From a landing page to collecting email, that's a small step. That's actually a two-step process. Some landing pages you can ask for the email right on the landing page to get the free offer. So there's no two steps. So that's why that's at 90, because technically you can have a one-step process where it would be 100%, because you can't move past the landing page if you don't give me the email. But in a lot of cases, you'll see a two-step process where here's a landing page. All you have to do is click that button. You click the button, and then something pops up and says, great, fantastic. To get it, all you have to do is give me your email. And if you've been on the internet and you've been searching, you've probably seen an example like that. And when you do that, that doesn't mean that 100% of the people are going to give you the email because they clicked on a button. That's why I have 90% here. Now, after you get the email and it's in your email list, you're creating an email list of potential customers. These are all people that, because of the ad and landing page and email process, they have validated themselves as someone that is potentially interested in your product. So now you're building a list of people that are potentially interested. Now, what's the likelihood of a list of people that are potentially interested in actually paying for your product? That's the reason why I put 30% here. Now, is 30% aggressive? It depends on the industry. And a lot of these conversion rates depend on the industry and depend on the product. But for the most part, 30% is safe. Meaning if I collect, 10 emails of people that are potentially interested in the free offer that I put out there, if I say, okay, the free offer was the taste, but to really solve your problem, you'd have to pay. What I'm saying here is 3 people out of the 10 might pay. It's highly likely that 3 people out of the 10 will pay. And this is what I call the generate revenue online cycle. So let's move on to an example where you can actually see this actualized. Now, I know that there are a lot of numbers here. I was a little extreme with the colors, but I want to bring you to a point. Across the top is the ad budget. So that's you spending, X number of dollars on an ad. The next line is impressions. That's how many people see the ad. That's the community of people that actually can consider clicking the ad. And then the next line you have ad clicks, so that's the number of people that actually clicked the ad. And if you look at that impression number compared to the ad click number, you can see. So just because you have an ad and it's exposed to 4,000 some people, you're only going to have like around 60 something people click it. So this is actually, very close to being realistic. Now, out of the people that click the ad, they're all going to come to the landing page. That doesn't mean that all of them are going to click on the landing page, right? So that's why you have that drop. I would say that's roughly, 30 to 40% of the amount of people that click the ad. Now, if you look at the next line, emails captured. Remember that 90%? Just because if you have a one-step process, then this is 100%. It would be 27. But if you have a two-step process where you come to the landing page, you click a button, and then something pops up and says, okay, to get access, all I need is your email. So that's why it's a 90% conversion. So that's why there's that drop from 27 to 24. Now, once you capture the email, you can send the email pitch, and that's the automatic offer. Out of 24 people, I'm saying in the auto offer line, 7 people will actually consider the offer and pay for it. Now, the last line, I'm giving you more information. So let's say the product costs $40. You spent $50 on an ad, and the whole point was to build an email list of potentially interested people to send a sales pitch to convert people to buy your $40 product. Now, with this system, you spent $50 and you made $280. Now, the secret ingredient that I mentioned before is the payment gateway. The payment gateway gives you access to your money, and we said we're going to be conservative and say next day. Okay, so that was the end of day one. Or you can even say that this was, I spent $50, but I spent $50 on the entire week. I ran that ad. So let's say I ran the ad spending $10 a day, Monday through Friday. That's 5 days, $10 each day, that's $50. So I ran a daily ad spending $10 between Monday to Friday. And at the end of the week, I made $280. Now, I take that $280 and I prepare for the next week. And I spend $280 on throughout the whole week on ads. The same ad. So what am I saying? I spent around roughly $56 per day. So I went from $10 per day to $56 per day, Monday through Friday. And here are the results. I spent $280 that week. The second week, I made $1,640. The same $40 product. But guess what? 41 people bought it. But 41 people bought it. 23, almost 24,000 people considered the free offer for you to extract a list, an email list of potentially interested people of 136. For you to give a sales pitch offer with the sales page to convert 41 people. That's how you made your 1640. So that week was a good week. Now move on to the next week. I take the 1640, I spend, I put that back into ad money. You don't take anything out to pay anything else. 1640 in ads. Almost 140,000 people see the ad. 2,200 people click the ad. Out of that 2,200, 886 people click the landing page button, that call to action button. Out of the 886, 797 actually give you their email. So some people are like, you know what? I clicked on it, but now that I see this, they want my email. I don't want to give you my email. Fine. 797 people actually gave you the email. You sent automatic email pitches to all of them. Only 239 people actually said, you know what? This is worth it. I'm going to buy. It's $40. You made $95.60 that week. Okay? So this is only 3 weeks of work. 3 weeks of ad. So you've launched the same ad campaign 3 times. Obviously, with $50, you didn't reach that many people. And for the social media ad example that I showed earlier, let's say you chose Facebook. Facebook has like billions of people on Facebook. You spent $50 on an ad and you only accessed 4,000 people. So that's why this works, because now you spend $280, you only access 23,000 people. There are billions of people on Facebook. The third week, you spent $16.40 on ads. You reached 138,000 people. That's why this makes sense. You got 239 people the third week. Now I stopped it there. Why did I stop it there? Because technically, if you add everything up, you just passed $10,000. Now, can you do one more campaign on the 4th week? Sure. The sky's the limit. This is your business. What are your business goals? How much did you say you want to make? But I painted this picture so you understood the possibility.